Okay, here we go. Volume 2. Folks, you're selling mobile apps to small businesses. We're there to make a sale. So after you've asked for the sale and your customer tells you no 15 times, you got to know when to walk. Okay? There are plenty of fish in the sea. So if you go and you're talking to your customer and their name is no and their sign is no and their number is no, hey, be gone. Also, if you've got a customer that's like, yeah, what you have is okay, but I want it to be more perfect in this way, more perfect in that way, more perfect in another way, sorry, that's not how we work. We are the company that's providing you a mobile app for $1,500 and $100 a month. If you go to Google and you look and see, and I dare you, go to Google and put in what is the average price for a mobile app. And what you're going to find is it's going to say in like the first 10 articles that you see, it's anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000. I was talking to one of my reps the other day and they were telling me that they had a customer that was like, yeah, we want you to make these 700 changes before we pay you a dime. And it's like, not in this world or lifetime, because that's not how we operate. The way that we operate is we make you a free demo. That is already done. Here you go. Take a look at it. Now, we have already invested money just to give you this visual. From this point, we want to make a list of the changes that you would like to see made. And at that point, we're going to ask you to write a check. And with that check, we're going to go and make those changes. That is how we work. So when you get an a-hole customer that sits there and says, well, you know what, the demo is great, but I want you to make these 75 changes, show it to me. I'll tell you if I like it or not, and if I like it, I'll give you another 75 changes, and if I like those, I'll give you another 75 changes, and if I like those, then maybe I'll write a check. Sorry, that's just not how it works. So have your policies and procedures, know when to walk away. There is a sales technique called the takeaway. And you don't want to just sit there and get beat up when you've got a customer that's not interested, because there's plenty of people that are going to be interested. In fact, one of the things that I really like about this industry is that we are not out there selling credit card processing. If you have ever sold credit card processing for longer than 1 week, you are my hero, because I've never done it for more than 20 minutes. Because everybody you go see has already been approached by 20 other businesses over the course of the last 30 days. So typically when you walk in the door and you talk about credit card processing, they're ready to throw you out. So there's a stark difference between selling credit card processing and selling mobile apps. Typically, when we have a customer say no, they've got a smile on their face. They like you, they like the app, they liked the demo, they liked your visit. They're just not interested in buying and purchasing your mobile app. And if that's the case at the end of the day, and you've done all of the trying to make it comfortable for them financially as you possibly could, you've asked them, hey, if the app was free, would I be driving down the street with a signed contract? No, you wouldn't, because I don't want a mobile app. Great. Listen, you have a good rest of the day. I'm out. If you sit there after all of that, you're a glutton for punishment. You're not going to be successful, because all you're doing is getting beat up. And how many times do you want to go out there and get beat up? So just know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and certainly know when to run. Next on the list, do you have everything that you need? Because when you go out there and you're going to do this deal, the bottom line is, if you don't have everything that you need to speak up. You need to talk to your sales manager or whomever, and you need to find out, where is Skipper and why don't I have it on my phone? And if I don't even know what it is, what in the heck is Skipper? You need to have some live apps on your phone ready to go so you can show customers. Where are those live apps? If you don't have any, the ones I use are Second Street Bistro. That's the number 2ND, Second Street Bistro. Junkie Trunk Boutique is another one. Decadence Boutique. Another one is called Tea for the Soul, Tee for the Soul. So you want to have some live apps on your phone that you can show to your prospective customer. In addition to that, you want to have some demos that are local to your area that you can show customers as well. Now, keep in mind that a picture's worth 1,000 words. So when you go and show a local demo that you haven't sold yet, you don't need to say a word. Or if you're going to, what I would say is, hey, let me show you a demo that we did for the Ocean Grill. Now, here is the menu, here are the coupons, here is this, that, and the other. That is the path that I would take because literally by doing so, your customer will draw conclusions and those conclusions will work in your favor. They're going to look at that demo and say, wow, this is beautiful. That's a successful business. Those people are smart over there. Obviously, they're getting this. And they're going to, those are the seeds that are going to be planted as you're simply sitting there showing it to them. I don't know if you've heard the story, but when we went and talked to the folks at 2nd Street Bistro, it was 5 weeks between the time that we made our first contact and when we actually got back there for the appointment. In between that, I was there for dinner and I showed the owner of the business a demo app that we had done for a restaurant that's here in town called the Ocean Grill. The guy took one look at it and he was sold. Period. End of story. So my suggestion is you definitely need to have those things ready to go to show your customers. Business cards, flyers, contract forms, your sales presentation, either on an iPad, a laptop, or print it out. These are the things that you need to have for you to be able to go out there and make your presentation. So make sure you have them, and if you don't have everything you need, speak up. Now, the next thing I want to talk about here is that we sell two distinct things. We sell a free demo, which in essence is your appointment or the presentation, and then we sell the mobile app. So if you try and do both of those things in one sitting, you're going to be out of business in a day or two. I had one sales rep come on board, super desperate to make money, and he was in Jacksonville, Florida, and what the guy did is he went and ran around one day. Jacksonville is like the largest city land-wise in the country or something like that because they made the entire county the city. So the guy went running around all over town and he was walking in the door with all of his information. Hi, you don't know me. My name is, whatever, with Next Wave Designs. And what we do is we make mobile apps for small businesses. Here, let me show you my sales presentation. Now, do you want to buy this for $1,500? Well, the first thing that I say in my very first training that I do is these people have no idea what you're talking about. It's hysterical when you're talking to people that have got 100 apps on their phone, yet you walk in and talk to them about a mobile app for their business, and they have no earthly idea what you're talking about. That is why you absolutely must schedule an appointment where you can get everybody that helps with the decision in one place, have a demo, and show it to them. Show them live apps, show them other demos so that it can sink in. And if you're using the presentation that I'm using, it's talking about Starbucks. It's talking about Progressive Insurance. It's talking about companies that are up and down the street that everybody knows. And when I'm talking about those apps, what I'm saying is, even if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know that every single bank in town has an app. Guess what? That means all of your customers are using banking apps. All of the insurance companies have apps. Guess what that means? Your customers are using apps from the insurance company. All of the major pizza companies have apps. The list goes on and on and on. That being said, by talking about those things, talking about the fact that their customers are using that sort of thing, that is sometimes all you need to be able to open their eyes to what has actually been going on around them. And that even though you may or may not be into apps, it's irrelevant. Your customers are using them every day, and if they're not using yours, then they're using the app of your competition. I am here to give you a way that you can go ahead and close that gap between you and your competitors, be them local competitors or national competitors, for peanuts. So keep that in mind. We're selling two separate and distinct things. And the reality is, it's really interesting. When you go out there and you're scheduling an appointment for a free demo, what I find is that if the customer is like 99% interested in seeing that free demo, by the time you come back to show them that free demo, they don't want to buy. When I have to fight that customer to set that appointment and they're only 1% interested, I come back, show them that demo, and my goodness, their face just lights up as the light goes on, and all of a sudden someone comes home and they can finally understand what you're talking about when you're talking about making them a free demo and doing an app for their business, so on and so forth. So that's why it's of utter importance that when you're out there setting appointments, you've got your phone in your hand, you've got Second Street Bistro, Junkie Trunk, or any of the different live apps on your phone ready to go. And, something that bothers me is I'll have sales reps come on board and they're like, well, I'm going to see a chiropractor, so I need a chiropractor app to show them so that they can understand what I'm talking about. That is baloney. Okay, it's not peanut butter and jelly, it's just baloney. The reality is this: we are utilizing the #1 largest platform on planet Earth to be able to create a mobile app for a small or local business. The #1 mobile app platform. This platform allows us to be able to make a custom branded app for any business. The way I envision it is that I've got a doctor's bag, and inside of my doctor's bag, I literally have the cure for whatever ails your company's marketing. I can literally reach inside if I'm talking to a restaurant, and I can pull out certain features. And in pulling out those certain features, I can arrange them in such a way that it's going to be something of value for that restaurant. Now, I can sell that restaurant the app, I can pick up, and I can go to a doggy daycare. And when I get to that doggy daycare, I have the exact same doctor bag, and I reach inside, but this time I pull out a different combination of features. I arrange them in a different way, and this allows me to make something that is beneficial to a doggy daycare. I could read through a list of 1,000 different businesses. The bottom line is, any business that is interested in getting more customers, in keeping the customers they already have, in increasing communication amongst their business community, any business, whether it's a lemonade stand, whether it's an airline, whether it's a professional basketball team, it makes no difference. It could be a handyman, the Avon lady, an attorney, a radio disc jockey. It doesn't matter. Every single business has its own community. That being said, what we're going to do is put something together specific for that industry. And in being out here talking to people, offering these free demos, I'm literally talking to every single business in town. And every business that agrees to give me 15 or 20 minutes, I am going to have my crack development team spend their time, spend their money, putting together a free demonstration app for your business so that you can see with your own eyes exactly what a mobile app looks like for your business. Once you see what that looks like, whenever you're ready to pull the trigger, whether that's in a day, a week, a month, a year, or in 50 years, you're going to know exactly who to call. So that's what we're talking about. Stay tuned for number 3 of these training videos here. Again, as we go over the basics, the things that you need to be thinking about as you're already out there trained and ready to go. Let's go sell some apps. Peace.